What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? You're now tuned in to Life and Love with
Erica
and Shon here on the network that has the word God and you and needing.
because we got what you need.
Right.
Hey, life and love.
I know,
life
right?
and love. Hey, what's up, y'all?
You started good jamming and then
That's
switch
right.
up. How you doing today, babe?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing good. It's been an early morning football practice and
Yeah,
on a Saturday and
we are sports parents.
right.
Very active
The
parents.
other one going to work on his game.
Yeah.
I got some work I need to do. You got some running around you need to
Yeah,
do.
gonna do some running around.
So guess what? We're going to do this podcast and then we're going to get to it.
That's right.
Yo, man, we got a good show lined up for you guys. I hope you liked the last episode. If you don't, I'm sorry. Send us a message, see how we can improve. If you do, thank you.
Yeah.
Send us a message on how we can improve. Either way it go, it's here.
We gonna do it.
That's right. We got the life and the love. It's funny, yo. I see this. My wife said something. I don't, because we normally keep what we talk about outside of the pod, outside of the pub. But she said something because we got our new show dropping soon called Love After Dark, and she was like, you know what, you she was like, you know what, you right. If we did some more wild shit on these shows, we'll get so much notoriety and so much information and so much attention if we just do some wild shit. But because we have morals and standards, we don't do no wild shit.
No.
And I'll be laughing. I'll laugh because she's telling the goddamn truth.
Yep.
Because you'll see, especially like relationship pods, you'll see like the two couples might say some just off the wall outlandish shit that doesn't even make sense, or they do some extra touchy feely shit that don't make sense. We don't do none of that. We just have a conversation about certain things within that and within the dynamics of life and love and things of that nature. Sometimes we spill things about our relationship. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes we talk about things. We talk about some of everything, but we don't do that extraness just because we want to get attention. You know what I mean? We just do what we do within our home studio.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah, but sometimes it be right in the back of the mind, like, you know what, maybe we should
Just do
but
some
it's
more
like,
outlandish shenanigan.
yeah. It's like, nah, I can't
do that.
you
Right.
know? We do, we have a lot of people watching us, you know, and stuff like that. It's like, dang, we can't do that. Then it was like, we'll be so far,
Right.
We'll be way up the road if we do this.
But we not, because we're locking in sponsors and we want to keep them.
That's right, yeah.
So now we don't do this for sponsors. We do this because we want to do this. And we want to spread some information. But Love After Dark starting soon. We're trying to figure out if we're going to do it as a live show and then rebroadcast on the platform just to the community, or we might move this shit to Patreon or something like that. We're trying to figure it out because it's going to be more content, a lot more things of that nature.
A lot more exclusiveness.
Yes. So let's jump right into the show. All right.
Let's go.
First topic is, how do you define emotional safety and how do you create it? Like, first, how do you define emotional safety?
Emotional safety.
How do you define it?
Man, it's just keeping my emotions intact, making sure that I'm in the right headspace.
Right.
In order for me to, protect anybody else emotionally, I need to be emotionally as well. So how I protect that is,
right.
I don't know, just keep a clear mind and just,
right.
Do what I want to do and just be happy with what I do and confident with what I do.
Right.
Because I got to be able to help myself first.
You definitely got to have to.
Got to know how to control them things.
Right.
So, but in order for me to, help you or help the kids, I got to be able to control myself as well.
Right. But I agree. I agree. I think emotional safety is that what you said is just making sure that you have your emotions in line, your emotions in check, and understand how you feel emotionally. Protecting that, creating, a protection is, once again, understanding your emotions, understanding how you feel, how you think, and then knowing that no one else have power over your emotions.
That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah.
I know we talked about that on a previous pod where we talking about like trying to create sons that's emotionally intelligent. I mean, but that same thing goes for us. We have to be emotionally intelligent. We have to know when to say sorry when we know we did
Right.
when we was out of pocket. We have to know how to fall back, because we know if we say certain things or do certain things, it's going to escalate the situation.
Yep.
I mean, it's been times I've apologized to our own sons where I might have perceived that they did something wrong and they didn't do it, and then I jumped off the hinge and it was like, you know what, guys, I apologize. It won't happen again, and do change behavior.
Yeah.
Fixing those behaviors so that don't keep going. You know what I mean? I think a lot of our parents failed in that change behavior space.
Yeah. They made you afraid, you know, to even say anything or do anything, and plus they, you know, never apologize.
Never.
You know, today I'm hearing a lot of, you know, like people, especially like our age who have kids.
Right.
They always talk about how, you know, including your kids, and if you say something, you know, that offend them or hurt their feelings, or, you know, like you say, something you thought that they did but they didn't did, and you come back and you apologize.
Fix it.
Yeah.
Gotta fix it, man.
That is definitely a part of emotional safety.
Yeah, emotional safety, emotional intelligence, everything. Hey man, I love my mama. I don't think I ever heard her say I'm sorry. And she was dead wrong on quite a few things.
Right.
I don't think I've ever heard her say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, legs.
I think that's going to be the difference. I think now we should always, you know, when we're wrong in something, I think we should admit that. Like even in the relationship, like, you know, you say something very wild a lot of times, right? It's gonna be hard to come back from that.
That's a fact. So, if you out of pocket all the time, a lot of times you out of pocket, it's hard to get back in pocket.
I agree.
I totally agree with you on that one.
Very hard. And then now this relationship is not the same as it used to be.
Nah,
you know, so.
Nah, I totally agree. I totally agree. No, that is a fact. Can love deepen through hardship, or does it fade when tested? It depends on if the love was real from the beginning. In my book, it depends on how hard was the hardship, and who created the hardship. Did the hardship Did you create the hardship out of ego and not knowing how to say, hey, that's not good for me and mine? Yeah. You know what I mean? As a man, when I think about doing certain things, first thing I think about is my family. Like, is this a good move for me and mine? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If I make this move, is it going to hurt us or is it going to help us? If it's going to hinder anything that we have going on, I don't make that move. You're right. If it's going to boost up what we have going on, then I make that move. Have I made mistakes where I made a move where I thought it was going to help us and it didn't? Yes. But what you do is make sure that doesn't happen often. You know what I mean? It's not a repeat thing. So, Can hardship deepen your love? It depends. Once again, it depends. Yeah, it depends on. And yes, it could. Yeah. You know what I mean? You could come together it could be something that you just could not handle, and your lady jumps in and say, hey, I got that part for you. I'm gonna make sure I do this. So you in the middle of working on some stuff, and you know that this having this done is gonna bring us X, Y, and Z, and we really, really need X, Y, and Z. Yeah. And then your lady jumps in and start organizing everything for you so you can have X, Y, and Z together, where she done put, you know what I mean, X and Y together, and you're like, oh shit, okay, now cool, that's perfect. Z. Oh man, yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, right, shit like that. That helps. So it just really depends. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, it kind of depends on the situation too. Now you summarize it pretty good. Yeah, I mean, a lot of things that we do sometime in a relationship can be like, dang, like you really did that. Right. You know, we talk about it and we're like, all right, you know what? We can't do this no more. You know, it wasn't right. It wasn't a good thing. Right. And a lot of times, you know, we can come back from that. It can also make, you know, the relationship strong as well, because we admit what we did was wrong and it didn't work, and we agreed to not to do it again. But if it fades away, you know, unless, you know, you got, you know, cheating or something going on or something like that. Now that's kind of going to be hard. You know, that's something we really going to have to work on, you know. But in order for it to be fade, that means we probably really wasn't in it hard from the get-go anyway.
Right.
But I think everything, everything you do in a relationship is kind of like a test.
You think so?
And it's a test for you to move forward.
Right.
It's a test for you to move forward. Like, marriage is not, it's not always easy. It's not.
Okay.
Like we said before, it's a give and take. It's not all about one person.
Right.
It's about others as well.
But you think it's a test? I don't think it's a test.
Well, some things that you do. I mean, just like things in life in general that you go through,
right.
It's kind of like a test, to see where you at, how you deal with things.
How you can handle certain things.
Yeah. That's what I think.
I mean, I can't knock what you think. I cannot knock what you think. Yeah. Even if I disagree, I can't knock what you think. That's your thought. To think that everything is a test is like, because I'm not good at tests. I'll fail, especially if I know it's a test. I'm going to fail it. I'm not good at that shit.
Yeah, some people don't like testing.
I don't like testing. Right. I don't like to be tested. That's childish to me.
We can do the work, but right. I don't want to be tested.
Right. That sounds childish to me. But I get it.
Like we did that in school.
Right. Is it possible to love someone and still choose to walk away?
Yes.
You think so?
Yeah. Because a lot of times you can be the wrong person. Like, you ain't about nothing. You want to always continue to do this.
Right.
And you got this other person over here who just sitting here waiting on you, love you dearly.
Right.
Now, me, I'm doing all this moving around, doing multiple things, and this person over here is missing their blessing.
Right.
Because they're sitting over here waiting on me and I'm stupid.
Right.
I really don't want that person like that. I'm kind of just stringing you along for something, so I'm gonna walk away from you.
You're gonna walk away.
Yeah, walk away.
But that don't mean, I don't think that person ever loved it. I don't think, I say this, if you constantly need to get right all the goddamn time, just always get right, and you stringing someone on, you never loved that person. Yeah. That wasn't love. That was infatuation. Yeah, that was monetary, moment of monetary bliss. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. That wasn't nothing real. It was just, and I'm talking monetary as in it's not money, but you're getting something, and you're the only one getting something, and the other person is getting nothing. But this person is head over heels for you. It's not love, yo. I think what we have, what we have is love. But if it's harmful love, where we are mentally draining each other, we still love one another, but we mentally draining each other, which in return affect our children, affect our business, affect our train of thought. When and then one of us decide, you know what, I'm gonna pull up out of here, walk away from love. That's love. The other shit, shit was I'm selfish, and the other person is the one that's really that other person is good. That other person needs to haul ass. Yeah. But that other person ain't. And you are doing that other person a favor by leaving, which is dope. Yeah. But you still a ass. You know what I mean? Because you strung that person along for all this time. You know what I mean? And that's the hard part. Yeah. That's the hard part in my mind, where it's like you playing with someone. So that shit never was real. Yeah. It was just something to do. And you knew that was something to do. You only get in a small value out of this person because it feeds your ego and needs. Yeah. And that's something that we discuss a lot, like ego. Like, you know what I mean? Like that ego shit will fuck up a lot of situations because everyone feel like, oh, I'm entitled to something. Right. You're not entitled to that person's energy. You know what I mean?
And that person is going to be there for you waiting to do whatever you want.
I used to call myself the dude to fuck it up for the next man because I was that. I did. Yeah. I enjoyed your time. The crazy thing is I was always fairly honest, where it's like, hey, I don't see us going, no more than what we doing right now. And then it was always, I'm gonna stick around. My boy used to tell me all the time, you do too much nice shit. Like you always open the doors. You go to you spend a lot of time. You'll be with I don't know about multiple girls, but you'll be with them and hang out with them like them the one, and that's wrong. Like you mentally fucking with people by giving them value time. Because I like you like time.
I require time.
You require time. You require conversation. You require, you know what I mean? Certain things require emotionally. That, and a lot of women require the same thing. And for me, I was like, I don't mind. I'll give it to you. Here you go. Ooh. You know what I mean?
So just
because
imagine.
That's trash.
Right. It is. So just imagine me meeting you, then, being around you then when you were doing all that.
Right.
I would be in love, thinking you love me, thinking we got more than just, messing around and hanging out.
Right.
I'm thinking we got more than that, probably about to get married or something. This is my love right here. Because I
would have loved you, girl.
You would.
I would have loved you, girl. You ain't got to worry about that.
Okay.
We would have been locked in.
Locked in.
That's right. We would have been locked in. Somebody gonna put bullshit.
I'm actually happy that I met him now and not then.
I was a whore.
Yeah, because we wouldn't make it.
We'd have made it.
Because he would have been messing around so much. Like,
it wouldn't have been so much. It would have been a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'd have cheated.
And that's a lot for me. That's a lot for me.
That sounds bad. I know people like, this nigga said he would have cheated on her. I wasn't faithful to none but my pockets at one point. That was the only thing I was faithful to. Nothing.
We met at the right time.
Any ex-girlfriends that's watching this and like, oh, Shon changed. Yeah, I damn sure did change. I cheated on you a lot. A lot.
Sometimes it be
something I'll never admit.
Woman
I cheated on you a lot.
To make that man settle.
I was trash. I know I was trash. I ain't mad to admit it. I know I wasn't shit. Yeah. Shit, sometimes it happens. I'm trying to live too, man. Shit, you get one life. I'm trying to experience.
You do. You're right. You
fucking get settled down and then you can't do anything. Like, people that get settled down and never done nothing. You ain't see the world. Yeah. You ain't, as a woman, like, I know what they say. Oh, you want to preserve yourself. It's what I heard someone said. There is a difference between a master key that open up many doors versus a door that takes a bunch of keys. You know what I mean? And that's a woman that's got a bunch of dicks. And
right.
One thing I've never concerned myself with is anything before me. It's none of my fucking business.
Yeah.
Anything before Shon, I treat that shit like the Bible before Christ. And everything before Shon, I don't care about none of that shit. I don't care about none of that shit. I try to pick wise anyway. I try to pick someone that ain't a slum bucket.
I've been in a rotisserie.
Right. I've been a rotisserie. That's the one thing I probably on my list I ain't even a fan of. And a rotisserie is a train. If you done been a rotisserie chicken, one on each end, and all you doing is spinning in the middle, I'm cool. I'm cool on all that. You ain't even got to worry about me.
You don't like that.
I don't like that shit.
Yeah.
It's just weird. Just to think about that. Like, your lady was rotisseried.
Right.
Or she was lined up. She, you know what I mean? Well, just walking on in.
Yeah.
Pound Town, walk out. Walk in, Pound Town, walk out. Walk in, Pound Town, walk out. That's wild.
Yeah, it is.
That's a lot.
It is.
That's a lot to deal with.
But y'all know one thing? How I can really tell that he don't like it, even though he says it. Whenever it comes up, he always be like, "You never did no shit like that, did it?"
I gotta keep double checking. Got double check.
Like, he always had like.
Got double check.
Okay, 7 years later, I'm gonna change my mind. Like,
got double check. Some of y'all be lying. Y'all be lying like a motherfucker. So I'm double checking, triple checking.
You really don't like that.
I'm gonna be mad. I ain't gonna lie. We've been together for a long time.
And you've
2
been
kids.
me this all these
we got
years.
2 kids. We've been together a long time. We got 2 kids. I'm gonna be mad as shit if I find out right now. I'm gonna be mad as shit. People like, what are you gonna do? Y'all been together for X time. I'm gonna disappear for a little while. Get my mind right.
But it was such a long time ago.
Give a fuck about none of that shit. That's the one thing that's the one thing on my list, and there's a lot of men that agree with me on that one.
But
I'll damn near take you back if you cheated on me.
I'm not even mad.
But to know you had
just
a dick in your mouth and a dick in behind you, and you just spinning like a rotisserie chicken, I'm done.
That is a lot. Yeah.
Nah, I'm cool, fam.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I'm cool on that.
Yeah, it's a lot. Hey, I'm with you. Me as a woman, I don't want that.
Yeah.
That's the last thing I've been thinking about.
Right.
I'm good. I just don't see no fun in it. There's no fun in it for me. I'm not getting no joy out of it.
No.
I'm getting pound on.
You just a sore throat and a sore ass. That's it.
That's not fun. And now I got to go home and lay in the bed.
You're right.
No.
Hey.
Can't wash my ass. Can't take a shit because
Stupid.
I'm not doing that. I don't see how y'all ladies do it.
Well, let's get into this. Sexual discipline in a relationship. How important is that? And this is what I mean by sexual discipline in a relationship. Is that knowing I'm traveling a lot, I have the wherewithal to not go have sex with someone. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I'm gone for a long period of time, and I know I have these, sexual desires, and I'm around all these different people, and I want to do something. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with you. You knowing I'm gone all the time.
Yeah.
And then you go and make a little friend, and then all of a sudden, next you know, y'all fucking in the house or somewhere or in the cars or this, that, and the third. This someone you have the discipline to know, like, hey, well, my husband, I'm here for my husband.
Right.
This is now my husband. The same thing with me. This is my wife's, and this is what we believe in, what we covenant, and just us having the sexual discipline to know we don't want to make this a chore. We want to enjoy what we do. We don't want to just have sex because Shon said he want to have sex on these particular days, and those are the days I'm gonna roll over and make sure I do my job. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's you know what I mean. It's not a job, right? Like having the understanding that this is enjoying me, making sure my wife enjoys this as much as I enjoy, by making sure I meet her needs and making sure she's able to, be the best self.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Energy wise, by having a level of sexual discipline and enjoyment and fulfillment.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. I know it's a long-winded way of saying what it is. But
I got you. Yeah. Control yourself. Definitely control yourself.
Right.
We had conversations, talked about it ago, and I tell you, you were out in the world once, you know, you do a lot of behind the scene things, and, you travel, you go places, you be around a whole lot of different women and stuff. Right. And I used to tell you, I'm like, hey, I give you a pass to only get this done. You can't do nothing else but you get this done.
Right.
But you was like, nah, I never trust that, They come back and bite you.
Anybody give me no fake ass pass.
Yeah. But that's having a level of sexual discipline. You got somebody at home.
Right.
You're not out there for that. You out there to do work, come back home to your wife, and boom, 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 like, yeah, baby, I miss you. I've been around all these other women. I'm not looking at them like that. I got a beautiful wife at the house. Bam.
Why we even need to discuss that? Why do I need to discuss? I agree, you do have a beautiful wife, but why do we need to discuss that? If I know I've been around a bunch of beautiful women, I don't think I should come home and have to say, man, I've been around a bunch of beautiful women today.
But now you don't have to say that. Right. But it's just been around all these women. I got my wife at the house.
Right. So a mental thought. Yeah, I get it. No, that's real. I think I know I talked about this on another podcast, just about sexual discipline as a man, knowing that everything does not need to be poked. You know what I'm saying? I know we feel like nothing good in this world than new pussy, but not everything needs to be explored. Not everything needs to be a part of. Yeah. You need to, focus, man. Get your mind right. Understand what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? If it's in that dire of need, you know what I'm saying? Meditate, get your mind right, get thoughts together, but
because that can throw you off.
It can.
You constantly, in and out of a lot of things. That can really throw you off, throw your thought pattern off. It can throw your mental off, and now you just all about that. You crazy. That's all you want. That's all you worry about.
Right.
Yeah.
Now there's a lot of people out there like that. It sure can. Yeah. Constant a bunch of different partners and wild stuff like that. It's gonna take away from your home. That's automatic, because you're going to feel like you got to go continue chasing that need. And it's just not good. It's not.
Because it's kind of like going out and, having sex with a lot of people. You know how they talk about, all those different souls and stuff that you get. Right. It ain't good all the time.
They call it soul ties.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't want my soul to be tied to just everybody,
That's real. That's real. All right, last topic of the show is talking about desires that you may have. Should that be a topic, or should you keep that to yourself within your relationship? So if you got certain desires and you like, should you be able to come to me about those desires, or should you keep those desires within to yourself and go from there? What you think?
I need to tell you about it, because this is us in this relationship.
Right.
Not Harry, not Charlie.
Right.
You know.
Hope you ain't fucking no niggas named Harry and Charlie.
No.
I'm just talking.
Old people name. Their parents old. But anyway, but you should know what I want. You know. What you desire. Yeah, what I desire. If I don't tell you, how you gonna know?
Right.
You know, if you keep doing this one same thing all the time, and I'm just sitting here like, I'm pretending that I'm enjoying it, but then it's like, oh, he do the same thing. I know what he gonna do. You know, it's nothing there. Like, I know. So what I need to do is say like, hey, baby, I love you and everything. Our sex is good, but I want to try this. You know, I shouldn't be afraid to come to you and say that, and I shouldn't be afraid that you're gonna think that, well, where all these ideas coming from?
Right. There's a lot of dudes that be feeling like that.
Yeah, it is guys that feel like that. And I'm sure that's probably why a lot of women don't speak on that, because they'll be like, well, you know, what you been doing? You know, somebody out there that you want to mess with, or you messing with somebody. You don't want to open that can up. Right. But yes, I'm gonna tell you my desires.
I think you should. I think that's important. I think a woman letting her partner know her sexual desires and how she would like to be enjoyed is important. Like it takes a little bit of the guesswork out of it. You still got to put in the work. Exactly. It takes a little bit of the guesswork out of it. One, and two, it makes makes the communication lines even better. Where it's like, hey, we communicate and we know what it is. And it makes it a little bit fun. So it does. I agree there.
Because what if it's something that you kind of want to do too? You're kind of afraid to let me know, and I come to you and I tell you this, you be like, dang, that's what I've been thinking too. You know, I'm cool with that. Right. Come on.
Yeah, let's shake and bake, baby.
Yeah, you never know. You know, the other person may have a bunch of freakiness in them too. You know, sometimes you just gotta pop the question out. Right. You never know if you don't ask. Right?
Yeah. You never know you got. Yeah.
So
I thought that was the last question. This is the last question. Okay. Do you think marriage is as hard as they make it out to be?
It's not as hard as people make it out to be. You know what? I've heard something on the radio the other day where it was a bunch of guys talking, and one of the guy, he was talking to like a bunch of the older guys. You know, he called them the old heads or whatever, and he was telling them that, hey, you know, I'm getting married. Right. And he said, instead of them saying congratulations, they telling him, man, are you sure you want to do that? And blah, 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 and all this. And he was like, what happened? He was like, I thought marriage was good. You know, he was like, I went to them because they're older. And I thought maybe they would, you know, tell me some things. He said, but none of them didn't even say congratulations.
The old niggas don't give you nothing but bad advice, man. I'll say even for myself. And I've talked about this on previous pods, how I learned to be a man. You know, it was from other men that I modeled some of myself after, but not, you know, in their entirety, because no person is without flaw. Yeah. When I got married the first time, I had older dudes. Are you sure you want to do that? You sure that's something you want to do? Sure. And they was, you know, breathing bullshit on my situation, so it kept my eyes open. For us, I didn't talk to people that was like that. Like I talked to I didn't want that negative energy. I told my step pop, you know, of course I talked to your father, I talked to your mother, of course I talked to my mother, and you know what I mean, everyone, you know what I mean, was very like happy for that moment, those situations. And even Pop was like, yeah, that's a good thing, boy. You know what I mean? Boom, 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 and stuff like that. So I always appreciate that, man. But, you know, it's the thing you hear all the time, man. It's going to change. Sex going to change. You're not going to get it as frequent as you would like. Yeah. She going to get fat and all this other shit. You know what I mean? It's like they name a whole bunch of shit. And I'm like, I get sex pretty much anytime I want to.
Right.
it's never been around. Like, all right, it's never been a problem with that. She is not fat. You know what I mean? So she hasn't gotten fat, and we 2 kids in, so it's like. And if she did, it is what it is. She pushed out 2 of my babies and my big head kids. So, you know what I mean? I think that's the difference. But anything else you would like to add?
Nah.
You sure? You sure? Mm-hmm. You don't want to plug anything? Plug your show. E She Shed, talking with E, all that other good stuff.
Yeah, talking with E and the E She Shed. I'll be back with the new Chronicle very soon. But just go check it out. Soon we're gonna have it on YouTube for you.
Yeah, no, she ain't. Yeah, that shit done. She was 2-3 months.
I am. No, it was.
Yo, check out my show, Husband Talk. It's right on the YouTube channel. It's right here. Husband Talk is just about me taking on certain topics, having a conversation about these topics. Last episode was about communication, and it opened up a door of conversation based on that. So go check it out, man. It's called Husband Talk with your boy Tall Sean. TS is who I am. So thank you for tuning in to Life and Love with
Erica
and Sean here on the Got What You Need Network. Peace out, people. 1.